Okay, no more kidding around. I have been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks. Actually, these games have been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks for me to give them attention, and I'm finally going to do it. No more excuses. I have been building a stack of games. These guys right here. They are all factory sealed. Some of them have been sealed as long as 1995. That's the oldest one that I have. And we're finally, at long last, going to take the wraps off of these guys so that I can have an opportunity to play them, or at least to put them in my library. It is the bane of collectors, especially the serious ones. People who open sealed games, like, what are you doing? My opinion has always been one of the reasons that I add games to my library is not to look at them. I actually want to have access to them, be able to play them, and it's all the more sweeter when I can get a game like this first one here, Off-World Interceptor Extreme, and be able to play it for the first time. I actually did not play this in 1995. This was one of the launch titles that flew way under my radar because my job didn't pay me a lot of money at the time, and I had spent $300 on a PlayStation already, plus money on NBA Jam, TE, and Ridge Racer, and that memory card, and money was a little bit tougher to come by. But I got this for reasonable price. I will try and get that out of the light. So some of the seal is a little kind of worn already, so I'm really doing this game a favor by opening it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that right now, and thankfully because it's already partially open, just going to go ahead and take the wrap right off of it. There we go. So this is Off-World Interceptor Extreme. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, this was a 3DO game as well. Inside of the Off-World Interceptor Extreme case, we do have the Off-World Interceptor Extreme instruction manual. We do have the disc complete with the little foam insert there. There's an ad for Total Eclipse Turbo, which you can see. The disc itself is red, blood red, if you will. And the manual is in here backwards, which is rather interesting. This is, you can actually have it both sides. There's also an ad here for Legacy of Kain Blood Omen from Crystal Dynamics. So that is Off-World Interceptor Extreme. This was one of the few launch titles for the PlayStation that I did not have. So it's doubly sweet to not only own this now, but to also be able to open it on camera. So cool beans there. The next game is a game I just got. I picked this up from Amazon. The reason that I got this is because in a past GameSack episode, I believe it was Dave who was talking about this game. It might have been Vehicular Combat, but I don't remember for sure. My memory is kind of escaping me. I'm an old man, forgive me. But this here is, and I'll move it closer to the camera, this is Mass Destruction for the PlayStation. This is from 1997. This is a game with tanks. By the way, you can see here, I'll kind of put this right here against the camera. You can actually see the top label is still on it. The little hang tab is still on there too. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this up. I have never played this. The only way I had found out about this, like I said, is through GameSack. So thanks to Dave for pointing this out. Thanks to Joe and Dave for the awesome work that they do on the GameSack channel. It is one of my favorites, along with these guys and Pat the NES Punk, and I mean, just a bunch of different ones that I could recommend. And I'll probably do that in a later video. So let's go ahead and let's try and get this open. I'm going to try and not let this video run too long. I may split it into two parts if I think that it's getting to be too long. So here we go. We are opening this up. We are taking this seal off. This is nice and tight. There we go. So we're going to throw that away. And I even have some on my shirt here. Okay. So Mass Destruction. Let's go ahead and we're going to take the security seal off the top. These things always used to be a pain in the rear end. I used to try and hold on to these, but sometimes the label just kind of comes loose, like this one has. I'll try and just kind of fold it down a little bit. So here we go. We're going to open this up for the first time. The disc is clear with some green on the inside, some military green. There we go, right there. The manual is a manual, nothing really out of the ordinary. It does get stuck in the grooves on the inside, so I'm going to try not to devastate this too much. And I'm going to go ahead and take the seal off. There we go. I'm going to put it on my lap, or on the floor. Oops. So this is the mass destruction instruction manual, destruction instructions. There is not a warranty card. That's kind of interesting. Usually with these, there'll be like a warranty card on the inside. That's not the case here. This ASC games, NMS games, BMG credits. Not a lot of information here. I'll have to read this over and find out more about how to play it. I love how the picture of the controller, and I know it's tough to see because of the light, but it's all digitized. A little bit on the tacky side, but whatever. So I'm looking forward to playing this. Ooh, it does support the analog controller, and you probably can't see it. There it is. So that's pretty exciting stuff. So again, thanks to GameSack for recommending this. Thank you to the Amazon seller who had it. And it is cool to finally have a chance to play this, and I'll hopefully do this in the next couple of days. Off-World Interceptor Extreme and this next game I picked up from Video Game Castle in Chicopee, Massachusetts, which is one of my it's one of the places I like to go to buy games from. There, Game Depot in Holyoke, Massachusetts. Hi to Dave and to Diego. Those guys are awesome. Hi also to Ralph, the owner of Video Game Castle, who is phenomenal. So this is G-Police, as I'm starting to take the seal off it, and I'll actually do it in front of you here. That way you can see me take it off. There we go. And this has been on Ralph's shelf for some time. And for whatever reason, I kept skipping over it until I realized I don't have this game, so I actually should buy it. So it's another one with the seal on it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the seal off. I do hear the discs rattling around inside. This does not surprise me, considering that this is from 1997. So another 1997 game. Man, I love 1997. I always talk about how 1997 was my favorite year in console gaming, and just there are always examples that come up of games that I've still missed that I wanted to try. So inside the G-Police case, we're going to try and be gentle. It is a 2-disc set. I'm going to turn this around so that you can see. So here's what the front looks like. You have the G-Police disc over here. You have the manual here. The manual, see if I can take that out. There it is. The manual is pretty thick. And this is, I believe, a Psygnosis game, or Psygnosis. I forget what the proper pronunciation is. But there is a warranty card right here that I could fill out and turn in if Psygnosis was still a thing, which unfortunately they're not. The disc, it is a 2-disc set, I believe. This is what the first disc looks like. It's that purple there. When we open, this is the part I'm worried about, and it was a little unseated, but not bad. So here is disc 2 right here, nothing on the inside. These dual disc cases are both a blessing and a curse. They're a curse because if they break, if they shatter, they have been a real pain to replace. But I like having them because there's extra room for a bigger manual or for more discs. I always thought that was really neat. Much more difficult to store, of course, but still. So I'm looking forward to trying this. This got pretty good reviews, I thought. According to Ultra Game Players, jaw-dropping explosions and destruction. You can tear between, around, or under obstacles like skyscrapers and bridges with 360-degree flight. Well, I will definitely look forward to trying that. So G-Police, this is in awesome shape, and it's never been played, so I'm going to be the first person to play this, and I'm excited about that. So those are the PlayStation games, and I think I'm going to stop here because we're about to the 10-minute mark, and I'm going to do a separate one for the next generation of consoles. I do have some more to share with you in just a few minutes. Thank you very much to Video Game Castle, to Game Depot as well for helping me out with my collection over the years. Amazon has been a big help. And we're going to look forward to opening some more games. Some of these I got as Christmas presents. So we'll be covering the Dreamcast and the GameCube in the next installment of Unsealed. So Hope to see you then.